Hey guys, so a couple of hours ago, the trailer came out for Lincoln, which is the new Steven Spielberg movie, which basically follows Abraham Lincoln in the last couple months of his life, and about how he tried to emancipate and save the slaves and everything. And I have to say, there was a lot of hype about this trailer. I mean, just like even days before now, they had made this date. They said this is when the trailer is going to premiere. Steven Spielberg and Joseph Gordon-Levitt even had this whole Google Hangout thing where you could ask them questions and you could chat with them. And it's rare that a trailer gets this degree of hype around it. But anyway, Lincoln was, definitely one of my more anticipated movies of fall 2012. Even before they had released the poster or the trailer, I was still really looking forward to this movie just because, you have Steven Spielberg as director, who of course is, everybody knows he's one of the greatest directors of all time. He's directed certainly some of my favorite movies. And then you just hear the cast and it gets you even more excited. In the cast, you have, Daniel Day-Lewis, who of course is playing Abraham Lincoln, who looks just phenomenal in this role. You have Tommy Lee Jones, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jared Harris from Mad Men, which is a show I really like, and he was great on that show. He was actually nominated for an Emmy this year. Sally Field, great actress. James Spader is in this movie. John Hawkes. I mean, you just have a really outstanding cast. But then a couple weeks ago, they released the poster for this movie, and you would think oh, just a poster is really nothing much, but as I said, Daniel Day Lewis is such a great actor, and he is playing Abraham Lincoln. And, in this poster, he has the whole Abraham Lincoln getup on. He has the beard and everything, and he just looks exactly like Abraham Lincoln. He looks so much like him that it's actually like kind of creepy in a way. But and I think when you're talking about best actor nominees for the Oscars and everything, he's definitely at the top of the list. He's definitely a front runner. I mean, at this point, I really don't see how he's not going to get nominated. And needless to say, this looks like a big step up from Daniel Day-Lewis's last movie, which was one of the biggest disappointments of the last couple of years, Nine, because there was so much hype around that movie. It was just a complete letdown. But like I said, this movie just looks like a return to form for Daniel Day-Lewis, and almost for sure an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. So as I said, today they released the trailer for this movie, and how does it look? Needless to say, it looks pretty damn good. I was slightly let down by the trailer. I mean, I think I would have liked to see more of certain aspects, and I think the part of the reason I was slightly let down was just because I was hyping this trailer so much. But still, that's beside the point. I mean, the movie looks great. I mean, just judging by the trailer, it looks like it kind of. I mean, I thought this movie would just center on Abraham Lincoln's, like the last couple months of his life, but it looks like it kind of starts, it follows him from a child, up until he becomes president. And I have to say, I mean, I do think this movie looks fairly educational as well. I mean, I think when I go to see this, I'm going to learn a lot of things about Abraham Lincoln I didn't know before. I think some things are going to surprise me. And I always felt like Abraham Lincoln as a person was somebody that they didn't really focus enough on, in teaching history in school and everything. I never really felt like, because I'm in 10th grade, I never really felt like we fully learned about, what he did that was so great, what makes him one of the best presidents of all time. And I think I'm gonna learn a lot from this movie as well. But some things that I would have liked to see more of in this trailer, I would have liked to see more of the other people in the cast. I mean, we saw some of Tommy Lee Jones. Of course, we saw Daniel Day Lewis, but I would have liked to see more Joseph Gordon-Levitt. There's one shot in the trailer of him, and I mean that was pretty cool to see him in this whole 1800s get up and everything. But I would have liked to see more of him and James Spader and just a bunch of other actors in the movie because you just have such a diverse cast. I would have liked to see more of that in the trailer. But still, in the trailer, there's a really great score in the background, which I didn't really look it up, but I'm guessing that's John Williams, just going with the whole Steven Spielberg thing. And John Williams is, of course, a great composer. He did a great score for War Horse, even though I know a lot of people, weren't thrilled with that score, but I still really liked it. And he's one of the best. And also, it looks like you have a really great script for this movie too. Just like some of the lines in the trailer, they look really great. They really nailed the whole 1800s, way of speaking and everything. And this movie just looks overall really great, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, I'm going to give this movie an 8. I think the trailer really did its job. It really got me even more excited for this movie. I mean, there's certainly some things they could have done better. I would have liked to see more of the cast and everything, but still, it was really good, and I really just cannot wait for this movie. I cannot wait for December. Alright guys, so that's my review of the Lincoln trailer. In the comments below, tell me if you're looking forward to this movie, why you're looking forward to this movie. if you've seen this trailer, if you like this trailer, if you think this trailer did its job. Also, tell me, do you think this movie's gonna, get nominated for a lot of Oscars? I personally do. I think it's definitely Oscar bait, and I think Daniel Day-Lewis is definitely a shoo-in for a nomination. But still, anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel if you like this video. And I guess I'll see you next time. All right, bye.